Welcome back to this episode of Innovation Nation, folks. When you think about innovation and that productivity triangle, you need these elements. You need creativity. You need people who can innovate, can take different ideas and tweak them and combine them in new and different ways. And you need an entrepreneurial mindset of how do we take some risk, the right level of risk, and take productivity from one level to a new level. Now, this doesn't all have to be one person. And in fact, if there's one thing that these three entrepreneur, inventor, and innovators can tell you is they built strong teams around them almost right from the beginning. So let's talk about what the definition is of an entrepreneur. Well, in modern days, in modern history, there was an economist in the early 1800s named Jean-Baptiste Say, and he was the first modern economist to define entrepreneur. The entrepreneur shifts economic resources out of an area of low and into an area of higher productivity and greater yield. That is what an entrepreneur does. Doesn't mean that they start the company. Doesn't mean that you have to be an Elon Musk or a Thomas Edison or a Steve Jobs to take economic resources from a lower level to a higher level of productivity and return. But the idea of being an entrepreneur goes back way further than the early 1800s. In Sanskrit, in ancient Sanskrit, the entrepreneur is defined by the word eksena. The word means the one with sight, the one who cares for, the one who looks after. It's the one who has a vision for something new and better. So when you take those ideas together, you can come up with a new modern definition of what an entrepreneur is. The new definition of an entrepreneur is the one who has a vision to create and care for a new way to take resources to a higher level of productivity to create value. I wrote that. But I'm really just combining those two ideas of new productivity, new value, new levels, and having a vision to create and care for it. And that means each and every one of us inside of a business can have an entrepreneurial mindset. But if you are not the owner or the creator or the starter of the company, then you're something else. You're an intrapreneur. You have this energy to create change, to take new ideas, to be inventive and innovative and entrepreneurial, to take some levels of risk, to take and spot lower levels of productivity and lower levels of effectiveness in your business and take them to higher levels. In fact, you're an in-house entrepreneur, and every company needs many intrapreneurs to be successful, no matter if you are a two-person startup or a 10,000-person energy company or construction firm. Having intrapreneurs inside of your business is key to driving innovation. Without an entrepreneur, there is no innovation. There is simply a lot of research and development and really long, drawn-out processes to take new ideas and get them implemented. So inside of small and medium-sized businesses and corporations, both public and private, as they grow, they get complex. And so with that complexity, it's really important that we have systems to communicate our vision and our purpose. We need those systems. But if we allow them to be too complicated, things can slow down. So we need simple processes. Simplified processes equals productivity. We require controls. We need spending controls and engineering and quality, safety controls. But we also need to make sure that we're not having controls for control's sake, that they must be integrated into workflow. We have lots of things we need to be compliant about, from taxes to safety, to engineering. But we should automate and digitize these as much as possible so we have less administration. We need approval processes. But approval processes should start with collaboration and communicating, not simply submitting approvals for them to go into the ether. And we've all experienced that, where we have submitted something to be approved and we don't know where it goes, if it's going to come back, and when. And so we need to make sure that our approval processes involve collaboration and communication before we press submit. Now, inside of both small and medium businesses and corporations, as we grow, we start to get departmental complexity. But we need to be really proactive to make sure that we've removed silos. We can't be making decisions in engineering that manufacturing aren't capable of creating. We can't make decisions in operations that are not in collaboration with safety and inspection and with quality, with accounting, with finance, with legal. And so making sure that we have strong, innovative, collaborative teams by removing silos is key to making sure that all of our organizations can foster an innovator's mindset. Now, there are some very unique differences between an entrepreneur and what I would call a bureaucratic mindset. When we get into a business and we get too strict, we get too tight, we get too stiff, we go from being productive to being bureaucratic. And everyone will agree that no one wants to be bureaucratic. But as companies get larger and more complex, we do. Sometimes unintentionally. Sometimes it's just because that's the way we've done things for so long. And so what we've got to be focused on with an entrepreneurial mindset is we want to look at value and results focused, not have a mindset of price, time, and effort focused. If you can do something in 10 hours and nothing gets done, or you can get it done in 2 hours, which one is creating the most value? So have this value first and results focused mindset. In an entrepreneurial mindset, we learn with action. We learn by doing. In a bureaucratic mindset, we learn by researching and studying and not necessarily applying it. Endless courses and certifications that are never applied to our work. In an entrepreneurial mindset, we are innovation focused. We are trying to create change, create new value. In a bureaucratic mindset, we are compliant focused. We want to stick to the rules, the letter of exactly how it's written, without challenging, without pushing. In an entrepreneurial mindset, we want to be differentiated. There are no two same people. There are no two same companies, because you can differentiate in many, many ways. And we're focused on how do we differentiate in an entrepreneurial mindset. In a bureaucratic mindset, we're all the same. We all dress the same. We all do the same. And we're cookie cutters, and we become numbers in the cog of the system. And we're simply trying to ride out our time. In an entrepreneurial mindset, we are focused on change and growth. And in a bureaucratic mindset, we are focused on stability and resist change. In an entrepreneurial mindset, we focus on people's courage to make a contribution. And in a bureaucratic mindset, we are focused on titles and status and rank and file. Very different kinds of mindsets between an entrepreneurial mindset and a bureaucratic mindset. And you can have an entrepreneurial mindset inside of any organization, as a team leader, as a team member, as a department leader, as a regional leader. Having an entrepreneurial mindset creates value in ways that a bureaucratic mindset never can and never will. So the new definition for you as an entrepreneur is any person inside of any organization who has a vision to create value and higher productivity and has the courage to take action and drive change with innovation. I wrote that. So whether you choose a path where you are an entrepreneur, where you actually start the thing, or you're an intrapreneur, everything about those two paths is so similar that the mindsets are the same, that you can have the same levels of pursuing mastery, of autonomy, of a sense of direction, of a sense of contribution, whether you're an entrepreneur or an entrepreneur. You can make that decision, but try to make the decision to be one or the other and not bureaucratic, because you can create change when you have that focus. When you focus on innovation, maybe you can be the next person to invent the light bulb. Next time on Innovation Nation, we're going to talk about creating value through innovation beyond what you do by combining hows. Until next time, folks, thanks for joining Innovation Nation. Talk soon. Bye now.